Turn me up just a little bit. Yeah, it's that man space vibe. Step in the zone, microphone check. Russ and Less got the real intellect. Talk smooth like jazz on a late night set. With a convo deep and the topics connect. From the struggles to the wins, they address it with grace. Drop lines so cool, you can feel the bass. Two kings of the craft, and you know the rest. Kick back, pour a drink, welcome to the space. You go chillin' with Russ and Less. You go chillin' with Russ and Less. You go chillin' with Russ and Less. Hang out, cause now you vibing with nothing but the best. Space forever.
Welcome to another edition of the Man Space Podcast. And this is the feeling much better voice of Russ. And with me, as always, upset that he did not have the $2 billion to buy nothing but cakes, the one and only Big Les.
And I tell you, I mean, AI should pay you. You know that. They should pay you.
From what I heard, and tell me if this is true, that you were $2 billion short of the $2 billion that it cost to buy it.
That's not true. I had $5. I had $5. Okay. I'm just not smart enough to have to go from billion 1.9.9995. You know, however, I have $5. Right? But they wouldn't accept that as a down payment. They wouldn't accept it as a down payment. I tried. We would have had all the butt cakes. All the butt cakes. That's what it would have been called. All the butt cakes.
All the butt cakes. Okay.
Yes.
I can see that logo.
Maybe that. Oh boy, that would have been a hell of a logo, man. But maybe that's the reason why they didn't give it to me for $5.
Maybe so.
Hey, man,
maybe so.
I'll try.
We'll find something else for you, though. We'll find something else for you to bid on.
Let's do it, baby. I'm with it. Yeah, I've still got that $5 too. I'm ready.
But Manspace Nation, today we have a guest who is truly a game changer in the world of performance, recovery, and cutting-edge medicine. He's a sports chiropractor, an author, and a pioneer in regenerative medicine. He's worked at the highest levels, from UCLA athletic department to serving as the official team chiropractor for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Wait a minute. Got to find something here. Guys, you know I am a diehard Carolina Panthers fan. You know my partner Les is a diehard Detroit Lions fan. So we just got to throw this in there, and I'll do it again. But what really sets him apart, not only the fact that his team has
Bay Bucks.
Well, I mean, his team has 2 Super Bowls to our team having 0. He is actually redefining how healing works.
Our teams.
Yes, our teams. We have 0, Les. I am in that category as well. So our teams, we have 0. So after years in the field, our guest has developed REGEN, a first of its kind, non-invasive, cell-free regenerative therapy designed to help the body recover without injections or surgery. I am so interested in this. Now, he is also the author of The Future of Regenerative Medicine, which brings a powerful mix of clinical expertise, elite sports experience, and even his Navy background as an aviator. This conversation today, Manspace Nation, is truly about the future of healing, performance, and what is possible when innovation meets discipline. Manspace Nation, give it up for our guest, Dr. Tommy Rhee.
I'm here.
He's there, but
I'm here. So this is going on. Okay, I got you guys now.
This is what
because
we
you're
do.
it's because you're a Navy vet too. Oh my God. And it's Tampa Bay.
Yeah, we're both Army guys, so go Army.
Oh, here you go. Ground pounders versus the Airedales. I got you.
Hey, but I was a ground pounder, but I was an air guy too. I was in aviation as well. So
okay. So there you got a little something, but you still got to wear that green, everything. That OD green.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Dr. Tommy, welcome to the show. Thank you for spending time with us here on the Man Space.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome.
We can see you now, and we are ready to roll with some very, very interesting questions that we have for you today, because I am so curious about REGEN, because I for one, I have about 10% of the cartilage left in my right knee. I've had a torn meniscus on my right knee, torn meniscus on my left knee. I've had a torn MCL on my left, and it's just been like, on top of getting older. I have tried the needle injections, where they put the fluid, they fill it. And for the 5 weeks that it was in there, it was one of the best feelings I ever had. I felt like I was in my 20s again. But when that wore off, I was even worse than I was before. So I'm really, really curious about REGEN. Just kind of tell the Man Space Nation a little bit about what that is.
Okay. Guys, thank you very much for this opportunity. So REGEN is a topical, like a stem cell application in the world of like cream. So right now, the way it's delivered, it's injected. So you get that sort of like that mesenchymal stem cell, and then you kind of get it into a solution of saline, and then it injects into your joint. Well, that's very invasive. You got risk factors, and then you're going to really compromise some tissues. And a lot of athletes didn't like this during the season. So because of that, I started thinking about there's got to be a better way of delivering this thing. But then you have to step back and think about, what is stem cell? What is the whole mechanism in this thing?
Yeah.
So then you start thinking about, these people are talking about like live stem cells. They turn into your cells. It's impossible. It can't turn into your cells. That's what they call differentiate. It can't turn into your cells. So then you think about, well, what is it doing? It's signaling. So if it's signaling, now you're looking at something else, not the live cell, the bigger cell, the one that has a DNA and nucleus. You're looking at the thing they secrete, these kind of information. They call them EVs, extracellular vesicles, like information. And now it's what they call cell-free. There's no nucleus. It's a smaller molecule. Now when you see this, all you're looking for is a signal. And now you have to think, okay, if I get a topical application and then find a way to get a transdermal application to pull through the skin, voila, now you've got the actual signals in your body. So that's how REGEN was developed. It was developed in the necessity of these athletes that need this type of like treatment during the season so they don't get the injection. And because of that, now you have the world of regenerative medicine in the hands of you, the patient, and you just apply it on your skin. And the neat thing about that is that you're applying this signaling mechanism into your body, just like an injection, without that high cost, that risk factor, and all those things. So it's all about the signals. Signals is what really drives our body, in the way of like, you heard of hormones and peptides and all these things that we do to drive our bodies. Well, those are signals. So that's what this is all about, as far as like the regenerative medicine signaling.
So from that, because cool. I think that I've looked at a lot of the videos online, and I've done a lot of studying into the Chinese medicine, where they talk about, certain parts of your body are way more receptive than other parts. So you talk about using your feet or using around your lymph nodes and things like that. Is this something you apply directly to where the injured part is, or you can apply it somewhere else and it just seeps into your body through like your foot or something?
Yeah, Russ. So that's a great statement there. So it does two of those things. So you do a local application right on the skin where you're having that pain. So if you're having like that knee pain, you apply it right on the knee. So it does saturate through the skin into that joint, and then you're going to take care of that meniscus or the ACL. But in addition, there's vessels in there. So it does get into like the lymphatic system or the venous system, and it goes systemically through your body. So it does both. But the neat thing about it, it's localized. That's a primary like distribution, is like it goes right to that site.
Awesome.
Interesting.
Now, for some of our listeners that are not as educated as Russ, when they hear regenerated, they think, they're missing a toe. You put it on there and they'll regrow a toe, But can you really break it down for us what it actually means and where it makes sense to someone who has no clue? Because I understood some of it. I know I'm not going to regrow a toe. However, it's something to do with cells and stuff like that. So, layman's terms, help us out.
Okay, let's eliminate that component of a missing limb or a toe. Okay, so that's you're not going to regenerate that.
No, Dr. Connors in here.
What you're thinking about is like you have a torn tissue that when you're like 12, 15, and then you have the ability to heal real fast. So you're looking for that ability to heal fast. But now, I'm in my 50s. You look like since you guys are what? Panthers and the Lightning. I mean the Lions. You guys are 90, so I don't know. You guys got me good on the other one, So
black don't crack. So
this guy's got great jokes. I like them.
So what happens is that you're looking for a faster way to regenerate or to heal. Now, as we age, our healing process is slowed. And it's not slow because the body doesn't know how to heal. It's the signals. The signal is not giving to that existing tissue to do its job because our tissues are sitting there dormant, ready to do something. And so when you have a tear, it doesn't know what to do. You have to send a signal, some type of information to say, all right, there is a damage. Start doing the inflammatory, the healing, and then just really about mending things up. Now, if you don't have that signal, well, it's not going to be healing. And, as we age, our signals get decreased. Regenerative medicine, what that does, it gives you that ability to have that signal, to give it to your body. It goes, here it is. Now do your job. Sorry about that.
No problem.
So that's what regenerative medicine is all about. Sorry about that. Oh, man.
A lot of people get allergic to rust when they talk to him. I'm just immune at this point. I've been around them so
doing this
long.
for 6 years. You get to build up some antibodies there.
Hey,
got some antibodies towards them, man.
Well, I'm in Tampa, so I'm getting choked up with all these championships in the city. You know that, right?
Yeah. Well, it just depends on the era, sir. Depends on the era.
But go back to regenerative medicine. So that's what you're trying to do. You're just trying to increase that signal to heal. So, there's a point where you start like destroying a tissue. Well, there's an ability to rebuild it. It's like a 1-to-1 ratio. You destroy it and you rebuild it. One cell goes out, one cell goes in, 1-to-1. As we age, our cell ratio decreases. So 2 cells go out, 1 cell comes in. And then all of a sudden, you need more of that, either that resting period to get that kind of like that 1-to-1 ratio, or you start becoming like old Russ here, that having the destroyed meniscus, the ACL, because you don't give that ability a chance to rebuild. Because, the knee is something that we're constantly using. We're always walking. So you're never able to rest it. And then you start beating it down. So all you're trying to do is turn that signal, right? And then turn that tissue on to get that 1-to-1 ratio. And that's what regenerative medicine, it just gives a signal to existing tissue to do its job.
All right, just one quick question. Now, does this work for like neuropathy?
So that's a difficult one. When you look at neuropathy, you're looking at this thing called a Schwann cells. Okay. It's like the nerve stem cells. That takes a difficult time to heal. It's like when you went to the dentist and you get something done to your teeth, and then your teeth, it still hurts weeks later because it's numb. Once it gets like irritated, it sets off and it doesn't recover as quick like a muscle or tendon. So it takes a longer time. So there's a lot of good studies about that whole situation about the nerve and how to like regain that myelinated sheath to get that normal function going. But the studies are like, it's promising, but it's going to take its time. So if you look for something for a quick fix, it's going to work, but it's going to be a long path down that treacherous road called recovery of a neuropathy.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
So
thank you, Russ.
You're welcome. So Thomas Davis, one of the greatest Carolina Panthers of all times, right? He tore his ACL 3 consecutive years in a row. Now, when it comes to athletes using the regenerative medicine, is it something that can help them recover quicker? And can it help prevent some of these injuries from happening? Because you look at him, I mean, he, after his third one, he went on to have such a great career. He was a great player before, but even after the third one, he went on to have an even much greater Hall of Fame worthy career. And, you know, you look at most guys after they have one, maybe two, they're never really the same.
Yeah,
he had 3 and still came back. Is this something that can help, you know, come back quicker from those type of injuries, or even help, you know, if somebody who's actually healthy even use it to keep from preventing from having these injuries?
Yeah. So professional athletes, what they do in the off season is do that regenerative medicine. They'll do the rounds of all their typical joints, knees, back, hips, and the shoulders. So they are doing that preventative to get that tissue to grow thicker and stronger so it can get ready for the season. During the season, these athletes are basically just surviving. You just want to maintain. You're not going to advance in your workouts or anything. You're just like surviving and get ready for the game, get beat up at the game, recover, get yourself back to play the next week's game. So when the off season comes around, it's about the regenerative medicine and just thinking about that world of just getting that preventative stuff going. Now, as far as the athletes that go into post-surgery stuff, you know, with the ACL, it depends on where they get that tissue. There's sometimes they take it from a cadaver or they take it from their own tissue, like their tendon of their patella or something like that. But the thing is that you're not really trying to heal that. What you're trying to do is you're trying to heal the mending where it attaches into the femur or the tibia, because they usually make a little string and they make a knot and they just kind of make it so the ACL kind of feels nice and tight, right? And they make it, but you want the bone to form around this knot so it becomes one, and that's the process that takes time. So you want to speed up that process of that ossification, that make that bone around that fabric that's been implanted so it becomes one with him. If you can speed that process up, well, now, lo and behold, you can be that high caliber athlete again. Until then, it's like you're kind of playing with fire because you've got it attached, but it hasn't mended. It's like probably like, you know, when you work with like wood and you use glue and you don't let it set right and you start playing with that little joint, it'll come apart. You got to get that glue to set. So same thing. So if you can speed up that process, they'll do regenerative medicine. So in addition to the surgery, they'll do the regenerative medicine to heal that mended knot or that anchor or that screw into the body.
Okay. Nice. Now, can you explain the difference between stem cell treatment and regenerative medicine?
Yeah. So regenerative medicine is like a generic terminology. It's like anything that helps you engage the, you know, that cycle of regenerating your tissue. And that means either stem cell therapy, some type of device, maybe like radio frequency, peptides, shock wave, anything that helps your like tissue to say, wake up and send the signals to say, do your job. So it can be in all manners. So when you look at the umbrella of regenerative medicine, then you narrow it down to the word stem cell therapy or cell-free therapy. And then you can narrow it down even more to what you're thinking about, like exosomes and peptides and stuff like that. So you look at regenerative medicine as a large scale of like a new medicine just to regenerate tissue. And then you think about what can do that. And that's what you look at, like shock wave, class 4 laser, stem cell therapy, topical, regen. Those are the kind of like categories from there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, is this something that can be good for people that have had like rotator cuff tears as well?
Absolutely. Because here's the thing. When you think about like a tear, you want to find out how severe your tear is. If you have a complete rupture, nothing's going to help that out. You need to get it back. You got to get to the orthopedic world and sew it back up. But if you have a partial tear thickness, or, you know, like maybe a couple of fibers tear, yeah, it works well. You know, you want to make sure where you're at in this type of injury. So I look at anything to do with like repetitive injury. When you're constantly like using your shoulder for some type of activity and you get that morning ache, that arthritis ache, that's when you know you're starting to chew down that joint or you're starting to irritate that tendon. Well, you don't get that ability to heal because you're not resting enough. You're not shutting it down. So then, as we age, we don't have that luxury of like stopping. We gotta keep on moving.
Right.
So we either have to rest more or speed up the healing. And speed up the healing is that regenerative or the actual stem cell world.
I need some of that.
I was going to ask about the arthritis because Les, I'm sure it's like, you can see with all the gray on his face,
That's because you cut yours off. I'm proud of I'm proud of mine, man. This is what goes on my brisket, bro. Salt and pepper.
Hey, I think I see a brisket on there right now.
That's it.
Flavor saver.
That's it.
The MREs up there.
Sometimes you just gotta put it there and call it a day, baby.
With that said, we got a quick game that we're gonna play with you, and it is time for the Manspace Game Show. Now, Dr. Tommy, this is your first opportunity into the Manspace Game Show. And in this, you're going to compete against my friend Les. Les has no clue what the questions are because I have them in front of me and he has not seen them. And this is our NFL edition of the Manspace Game Show.
Why did you do that to me?
Because I can.
But the world is finding that out.
Yes. But in this game, I'm going to ask a question. It's going to be the first one to get 3 questions correct. Now, I'm going to ask a question. Just say out your name. Whoever's name I hear first will be able to answer the question.
Okay.
All right. Well, since we don't have buzzers in this game, just say out your name. All right.
I don't know my name all the time. It's kind of jacked up, but we're gonna go with it. All right.
All right. So, are you ready, Dr. Tommy?
Oh yeah. I got it.
All right. So question number 1: name the 4 NFL franchises that have never been to a Super Bowl.
Les.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Well, I can tell you 2. Your team and my team.
Wrong.
I figured that.
We got that Cam Newton fumble. Remember that?
That's right. We've been twice. You just listed. All right, Dr. Tommy. Can you name those four franchises that have never been?
Man, I wish you would have asked the question like, who's been there 4 times, never won back to back to back to back? I wish you asked that one. The only thing I can think of is maybe, I don't know. Maybe
his team is. He was partially right. His team is one of them.
Okay, let's go with the Lions.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to say the Jets, but Joe Namath wasn't in there, so
that's correct.
Yeah.
No clue.
Jacksonville.
Yep. So neither one of you got that one right. So it is the Cleveland Browns, the Detroit Lions, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Houston Texans.
That would have been the one that stopped me.
Yeah,
because I knew Cleveland.
Houston Texans.
Well, they're still pretty new to the league. Well, yeah, they're still pretty new to the league. All right, let's go. That one was a minor.
So nobody got that one. All right, first of 3. We're still at 0-0. Question number 2.
Yeah.
Name the NFL franchises that's mascots are in the cat family.
Rhee.
Tommy. I got.
What did you say? Did you say his name, Les?
Okay.
You didn't say I couldn't.
No, I got the Jaguars. Right, we got the Jaguars.
Yeah.
We got the Panthers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, the third one. Come on, baby. Come on. Where's it coming from? I'm looking for the cat. I'm thinking. I would say a cat's like a chief too. How about that? Well, it could be maybe possible. Kansas City.
Oh man. How many teams? How many teams?
It's 4 teams.
Well, it's the Jaguars. It's the Lions. It's the you just said it. Hold on.
The Bears.
No, that's not a cat, unfortunately.
I gotta throw him off. You should lift your shirt up a little bit. I was looking at your shirt.
I know, that's why I lean forward.
That's right. You got me there. Let me call chat right now. Let me need a little help here.
So you got Jacksonville Jaguars, Detroit Lions, you got the Carolina Panthers, and you have why do I want to say, and I can't say that. I'm not going to say that. That's crazy. Jeez.
Oh, I know. Oh, I got him. Do I get extra point if I say? Let me give you a hint. Ocho Cinco.
Oh, the Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals. We'll split that one.
Hey, we'll split that one right there.
All right. I'll give each of you 1 point since you worked on that one together.
See, we've become a team much more than you and I have, unfortunately.
Here we go. What do they say?
All right.
You win, we win, we lose, you lose. Is that how it goes?
That's how it goes.
All right. 2-part question.
All right.
Double points.
Oh my gosh.
Double points. So, how many quarterbacks have won the Super Bowl for more than one franchise, and name them?
Okay, I got it. That's Peyton Manning, Tom Brady.
And it's just
those two, right? You're just asking for two, or how many?
You said it was a 2-part question.
2-part question, yeah. Yeah, he got them both. It's just the two.
Hey, Les.
Okay.
Les, look, see that?
Whatever.
Hey, what do they say? Look, a posterized, right? I'm dragging my sock on your back of your head right there. See that? That's how high I'm going.
Oh, okay. It's all fair in love and war. I'm trust to believe. All right, here we go, baby.
Got that one. I'm going to give you one question, Les.
Don't give me a layup.
I'm gonna give you one question. Right. This is directly for you, Les.
All right.
Because
give him a hard one. You gotta give him a hard one.
The game is over.
The game is over.
That's right.
But I'm gonna give you one question so you can have an opportunity in this one.
All right. Let's see it. Let's hear it.
Name the 2 NFL cities that are off Lake Erie.
Lake Erie?
Yes. There are 2 NFL cities that are off Lake Erie. And if I see your fingers moving, I'm moving.
Hey, look at his glasses. You can see the reflection of the month, right?
All right, which one is Lake Erie? You got Lake Michigan, Lake Superior. You got Lake Erie, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to say Cleveland Browns.
Oh,
that's wrong.
No, you're right.
I was about to say, bro. I was about to say that's not cool, man.
You are right. Cleveland Browns, yes.
Cleveland Browns is one. I'm not sure if any of the New York teams play off the Erie.
Okay, you're in the ballpark.
Right?
You are in the ballpark.
I'm not sure. I'm going to go with Buffalo Bills.
There.
Oh, Les. You got it.
Hey.
You got it. All right.
I know Lake Erie. I was just being a smart ass.
Hey guys, before we leave, I gotta tell you a joke I did at a doctor conference thing, and it didn't do well. Let me see if it does well here. But over there, some guy in the background said, back there goes, "That's not appropriate." I said, "Oh well,
we're kings of inappropriateness. So go ahead, throw it out there.
Okay,
go for it.
Tell me how bad this was. So I'm driving down.
Before you say it, if it's not good, it won't make air.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna throw it out there. I gotta see. I gotta find out if it's worthy or what.
Tell us about it.
I'm driving down the dirt road, and my buddy's in the old passenger seat here, and we're driving down the dirt road, and my buddy sees a dog on the side of the road up there, and he's cleaning himself. You know how dogs like lift their back leg over and they're cleaning themselves on the side of the road, right? And I see my buddy just staring at him, and I look at him and goes, "What you look at that?" He goes, "That dog. He's cleaning himself. Look at that." He goes, "Damn, I wish I can do that." And I looked at the dog and looked at him and goes, "That dog will bite you." See what I'm talking about? That's a good one. I knew it. This is my group right here.
Yeah, we're part of the tribe. Yeah.
Hey, when I told that joke, someone in the background goes, "That's not appropriate." I said, "What? That was a good joke."
Oh my God. Yeah, you gotta watch where you say that one at.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Hey, Russ, you cannot use that at church.
I'm using it.
You can't use it at church. You can't use it at church.
No, you can spin it a little bit. You can spin it a little bit and make it cleaner, but definitely, I think it's it's worthy for some type of story or some symbolism. You got.
I'm gonna tell my.
Like
I'm
that one.
I'm gonna teach it to my grandson
at some point, somewhere, some family barbecue or something that's going to be used. And on that note, we're going to take a break and reset, and we'll be back with more of the Man Space Podcast. So we are back with our guest, Dr. Tommy Rhee, and we were talking about REGEN. So where can people get this product from? Because I've yet to see it like I haven't been looking, but I don't think it's in like any of the pharmacies, right? So where can they get it from?
Yeah, so right now it's labeled under the professional use only. So your provider will be the only one that can get it and dispense it to you as a patient. But you can contact my website, and then you can contact our office, and then what we can do is we can direct your provider or just help you along to maybe someone close to you that sells REGEN. The problem with REGEN is because it has human tissue, and because of that, you can't sell it on the counter. It has a shelf life about a year or so. The thing with that is that we would love to go directly to consumer, and it's just tough because of the regulation that we have placed on that product. But the good news is that right now, knowing that it's about signals, and signals are what drives our tissue to do its job. Well, that human tissue source, it has its equivalency in plants. So through my research, we figured out some plants. Now with plants, it gives you the better capability of going directly to the consumer. It has the same potency as a human tissue, but now it's plant-based. And on top of that, the cost is so much more inexpensive. Now we're not talking about, $800, $1,000. You're getting down to like $90. And the potency of that thing is very important, because now you're doing the same thing you do with the stem cell world, where you do these injections for $5,000 to $10,000.
Yeah.
Now you're doing it with a plant-based, same signaling potency that, that's going to help you regenerate that tissue. So that's what I'm excited about, the new version of REGEN.
Nice. I was going to say,
I was about to go load the car up and head on to Tampa to go pick up some. I'm like, listen, you need a test dummy or something, or what?
I'm down that way in a couple of weeks.
No, absolutely. We are going to be doing some pod studies, so I'm definitely reaching out, and I'll give you some, and we're going to test it out, and just give me your honest opinion on it.
Yeah.
So the neat thing about this is that it doesn't invasively go to your body. There's no injection. There's no type of downtime. And the interesting thing is that when you look at pain cream right now, it's basically just masking the pain. It doesn't do anything. You put that biofreeze and go, "Oh, I feel better." Well, you just burn your skin so you don't feel your pain.
Right.
I guess the analogy I would use is like if you sprain your ankle and I come by and I punch you in the eye, you go, "Man, my eye hurts, but my ankle feels good." Because exactly, right. So that's what these pain creams are doing. Right. Whereas REGEN, it goes right to the source.
I like that.
I tell you, I like this guy, man. I promise you, man.
Man, we don't need to give you in the one room. Mention us in the room right now.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm sure the inappropriate level would increase quite a bit as long as
Yeah,
there are no cameras on.
absolutely.
But it's all right.
So can you just go to your regular doctor, or do you have to go to a specialist? Would it be recommended to go to a specialist first, or
No,
like an ortho specialist or something
no,
like
you,
that?
you can go to any provider. It can be a chiropractor. It can be your primary care. It can be your ortho, whatever, you just have that provider kind of like that licensing.
Mhm.
And what they
Yeah.
do is just tell them, hey, I want to go ahead and try to get this REGEN, and then just have them contact us. And it's just that easy. We just set them agreement, and then we ship it off, and then they sell it to the patient or they dispense it to the patient. So it's not that difficult. But if you contact our office, we can direct you if there's someone close by that you don't have to go to your provider. You can go, to one of our providers. But we're open to everything that you want to think about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Absolutely.
cool. So let me ask you, when developing a product like this, right, or something, because this is a huge, the health and beauty market is a huge market. It's tens of billions of dollars in industry. What's the actual problem with getting these
cakes?
Yeah, I'm telling you, he could have got me my other $1.9995 million.
Hey, start spending your money. I'm gonna take care of you. Okay, just go ahead. I got you,
bro. They're gonna take long to spend $5, Doc. I promise. They're gonna take long. But what I was asking is when getting these products out to the public, what's the actual problem? Is it science, or is it a business problem? Or does the system have to change in order for us to start becoming more healthier, or to start dealing with pain better?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that when we associate pain, we kind of associate with an over-the-counter type of cream that does the masking. You're just hiding the issue. You're not really addressing the problem that you might have a tear, and that's why you're injured and you have inflammation and pain. So nobody has that direct access point. Number one, it's difficult to go through the skin. So in my new version, there's a patent pending formula that gets through the skin. So that's number one. So I get it through the skin, plant-based. Number two, you have to have the right signals. I've got a patent pending on that. These signals that does the same system as the actual human tissue, you get it down there. Now you're doing what you're supposed to do: heal the tissue, to reduce the pain, not just mask it. Because those guys like Icy Hot, Bengay, you're just rubbing the cream. You're just kind of diffusing the kind of issue that you're having by saying, all right, well, I feel better because I have this heat sensation through my whole knee instead of that real pinpoint pain where my actual tear is at. So that's the number one thing that I think is going on with the industry. Once you go to the source and really work the actual condition where it started from, now you're going to see this whole industry move, because now you're looking at preventative, you're looking at self-care, and you're not going in that world of surgical. You don't want to do that knee replacement or that surgical world where you have to attach something or fix something. If you can get that ability to regenerate, you don't need that stuff. So that's what's exciting about this. So it's definitely, it's almost like the worst case scenario, because I'm like the first one out there. Yeah. Being the first one out there, I have no competition. But the problem is that I have to educate everybody. I have to tell them this. And that's why that's why it's difficult for me to go out there and talk to everybody. So I do these shows, to talk to your audience. And then I wrote a book to explain all this process of regenerative medicine, stem cell therapy, and the topical, because it breaks it down to simple form, how everybody should be able to read it. So that's what my challenge is right now, is just to educate.
Yeah. So I see behind you there, speaking of your book, is a copy of your book, The Future of Regenerative Medicine. Tell us a little bit about that book and what people should expect when they pick that up.
Okay, so that book is not that long. It's like 100 pages, but it talks about stem cell, different kind of stem cells, and then what are the stem cells that we're trying to achieve, and does it really do what they call differentiate? What it really does is signaling. Then it talks about the signaling information about the cell-free kind of extracellular vesicles. Then it talks about the delivery mechanism from the injection world to the topical. But there's that component of the book where it's all scientific and a lot of boring jargon that you don't want to hear about. But in addition to that, there's a layman's version where you can follow a guy named Jeff. Jeff is discovering all these things in a layman's term. So you don't have to actually read the components of the technical stuff. You can just follow Jeff and then understand in the summarized program of just what stem cells are, what is it doing, and it kind of breaks things down so then people like me can understand it. So I'm like, okay, good, I can understand it. If you want to look at it like the non-scientific side of it. So that book really goes into the real mechanism of this whole stem cell. The funny thing is that not many clinicians out there or doctors know what the mechanism or the real kind of process of the stem cell. They don't. They just kind of say big words and they say, it just does it. And just trust me, I wear a white lab coat. Hey, I'll take care of you. You have to ask them what's really going on. And when you ask them, they can't answer it. They go, well, it just does it. It just differentiates. It does this. It's a pluripotent. And then it doesn't really define what it does. Once you really go into it, it's almost impossible for it to do its job, meaning that live stem cell turns into your existing stem cells. If that's the case, that means it has to have the same code in the chromosome as yours. It's got to have the same. If it doesn't, it's not going to turn. It's going to if this DNA is telling this replication, the cell, to turn into like a hair follicle, and you're going after a tendon, it's not going to do it, right? It's going to make something else. It's going to go into tumor formation. You're going to have some irregular growth. So it's not about the actual cell. It's about what it secretes, this information. And you take your existing tissue that's not awake, wake it up with the message, the signal, and then turn it on and do its own job. And that's what that whole book's about, just explaining the simple way of what the whole regenerative medicine is all about, signaling.
Cool. So the average person that's dealing with chronic pain and a slow recovery, where should they start? What is the best start from them realistically?
Okay, so if you have chronic pain and it's been going on for years, you've got to get to a provider and get an x-ray. See where you're at. See if it's really arthritic. See if there's something else going on. You want to differentiate between arthritis and a strain or sprain or tear, right? You don't want to be in that world because you don't want to guess what you're doing because you don't know how to start this whole thing. You're like saying, I think I have a tear, but I really have arthritis. Or if I have arthritis, you have to figure out exactly so you have a good plan from that process on. So if you have a tear, how bad is the tear? If it's not that severe, well, you're going to have to think about either immobilizing it or speeding up the healing process. One of the two. It's the only way to heal the tissue. So when you get that plan, you got to find a guy like me that understands what you as a human being in active mode can take care of. So that's how I start off. Now, when you have let's say a repetitive injury that's irritating your knees over and over, just aching, especially in the morning, and then it gets better when you move around, well, that's arthritis. That's typically what they hear about, like that weather knee, you know when the storm is coming in town, your knee starts acting up. Well, that's the arthritis. So the interesting thing is that when you said you got the injection, you felt good for that first couple of weeks, right? Here's the funny thing. When you do any type of regenerative medicine, it takes a long time for those cells to actually start replicating and growing and making tissue. So the first couple of weeks, there's nothing really going on for the growth. It takes a long period of time. Right. What you felt was excess fluid. So let's say you have a joint that's kind of decreasing because the fluid and the cartilage is chewing out. You just put a little more fluid, it gives you a little more distance. That's all you did. You just gave yourself a little a fictitious joint, kind of like synovial fluid, so that it increased that joint space. And that's why you felt good, because you have a little more cushion. And once that fluid gets pushed up by oncologic pressure, and all of a sudden it gets back to its normal height. So that's why, when you hear about injections and then you go, oh, I felt great the next day. Well, it doesn't work that fast. There's nothing works that fast. So more than likely, it's going to be either the Novocaine or some type of anesthesia that's kind of hiding it, or excess fluid they gave you. So when you hear about regenerative medicine or stem cell therapy or REGEN, it has this process. It's not just 1 month. It's going to take a while. It's going to take 3, 4, 5 months. So it's getting better. The technology is getting more advanced. But the neat thing about it is that REGEN gives the customer, the patient, the end user, the ability to do it without being involved with a doctor, the hospital, and all that high cost. That's what's fantastic. We're starting to get it back in the patient's hand to get educated, and then from there, treat themselves.
Wow.
Okay.
How did you get into this side of it, coming from aviation in the Navy
Yeah.
to getting into, sports
That
medicine?
was my next
How was that
question.
transition? Yeah.
Okay. So I was born in a medical world. My dad was a surgeon, and I saw
Mhm.
that world. I saw how he treats patient, and because of osmosis, it became inherently like gifted to me. Say, hey, I've got to go down that path. But I was athletic, and I played sports, and I knew I wanted to go into sports. So
Mhm.
as I'm playing sports in high school, that typical high school kid that's rebellious. I'm like that. That I was raised in the 70s, 80s. So I'm in the woods of Tampa here. So you know how backwards those folks are, right? So it's like the after school ABC special, Asian family immigrates to America
Yeah,
and he runs into white people and he gets beat up all the time.
Yeah.
He's angry at the world.
right,
Well,
right.
that's what my life was like in high school. So
Oh,
Wow.
because of that, I was rebellious, and then, my mind wasn't thinking about school. I just wanted to just get in trouble or something.
Yeah.
So that's where the military got me involved with
Mm,
themselves. So
Mm.
it's like one of those processes, like either jail or the military. And then
right.
once I got in the military, it straightened me out. It gave me structure. It really, really redefined myself, and then figure out, because I know the path I was going. Here's my new
Mhm.
path. The military gave me a good foundation, how to structure, how to put it,
Mhm.
anything in this learning kind of capacity into its program. And then from there, I was applied into the world of, like, anything from college to sports to whatever I want to challenge myself. The military gave me a foundation to start with. And then from there, you just apply it. So because of that newfound type of like knowledge of that
Mhm.
structure from the military, when I get out, nothing's a challenge. Everything is simple. It's like all you gotta do is the military is so simple. They make everything so easy that anybody can learn. You
Yeah.
just stick in there and just follow them and just stick stuff in there and it goes. So from
Yeah.
there, because I knew that I'm a creative person and I like to think outside the box.
Mhm.
It made me think differently when it comes to therapy. And when you look at therapy, especially in a professional level, it puts you outside of the normal, like the sports med guys, because you're always thinking about the cutting edge, the newest and latest technology.
Right.
So
Yeah.
from there, you just start being more innovative. You just start going ahead of
Mhm.
the curve, seeing where is the trend. The trend is going towards this way. So I'm a couple steps ahead of everybody. And I'm not proud, like I'm doing this stuff. It's just that it's just set inside me to say, look, there's got to be something better than where we're at now. And I go out and I search and I see what makes sense through science. And then I move that way. And the military really put that standard in me to put myself in harm's way to go forward. And it's fun. I'd enjoy it. It's lonely, but it's fun.
Well, that was going to be my next question for you was, it seems like you're pushing these new ideas, against the norm, and it's hard to stand in the gap sometimes without something helping you. There's a lot of pressure there because you're saying that this is the new thing, this is what's coming, this is what's going to work. But the guy behind you is like, I don't think so because it's all new. How do you handle skepticism?
Okay, well, let
You
me
know?
tell you a good question. Let me tell you, my upbringing got me there.
Mm,
Getting basically, I mean, look, I'm not gonna say I was bullied, but I everybody had it. No matter what, everybody had it.
mhm.
But
Yeah.
because of that, I stuck to what I believe, and I didn't care if I got beat up or I had to go get fight. It doesn't matter. I believe what I believe in, and it just kept me in that mode. Like, I just trust me. I don't care about anybody else. Here's a
Mhm.
funny thing. You ask about, like, who's, like, I guess you said who's behind me, who's supporting me and stuff like that. When you're really understanding what you're, I don't know if it's a gift, but it's something given to me. And let me tell you something, I'm a very faithful person.
Mhm.
And it's almost when you have the faith and you're given something, it becomes very easy. It's like all the challenges
Mm.
are like, it's easy because you're supposed to be here. You're the one that's supposed to get these challenges. You're the one that goes through these ups and downs, a lot of downs. But
Yeah.
the thing is that it's the energy that you get from knowing that there's somebody, a higher being, and my Lord, Jesus Christ, he's there for me. When he's behind me, it's so much fun and easy. Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, I can fail,
Yeah.
but if I was supposed to fail, it's supposed to be meant to. But it's like,
Right.
it's easy. So I think because of that, and not really, I've been brought up that way, be by a loner, I guess. Nothing
Mhm.
really bothered me as far as like criticisms or people judging me and goes, hey, you shouldn't do that.
Mhm.
It's happened to me all my life. So this is normal operation for me. So no
Mm.
big deal.
I get it. I get it. And it's a blessing and a curse all in one shot. You know what I mean? Because I always say, uh, I don't stress about things that, oh, I want that. If I feel like if I'm supposed to have it, I'll have it. Right. And that's just how I look at my life. If I'm supposed to have that, I'm going to have it. So I don't put any worry into it.
Yeah.
Right. If I don't get it, I'm not supposed to get it. It wasn't meant for me. Move on.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I run through my life as well. So but no, it's good to hear that, because a lot of people need a push and a lot of people need people in their corners, but it's refreshing for someone who says, I don't really need that. My faith is what guides me.
It's a lot of fun when you find something and you're passionate about, and it's like something, it just lines up. It's like it's meant to do. It's meant to go. That's why for me, when someone sees me from the outside, goes, wow, you're doing so much, you're late hours doing that. But inside, it's like, no, it's kind of easy. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, I'm just following the process that's in front of me. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
You have a purpose and a goal, and you found something that makes you happy and moving forward toward it.
Yep.
So this product and the backlash that you've gotten, like, still pushing forward, still persevering through it. Now, what's the next steps with it?
Well, like I said, we were going from the human tissue sourcing to plant-based. So the pushback I get are just anytime there's a change, it's a behavior change or a thought process change or being different, you're going to get so much pushback. I mean, you can just go across the board in any type of industry, you're going to have a pushback. But if you hang in there, look at who pops out. I mean, just look at the people that really stick to it and they believe in what they believe in, and then the product makes sense and it works. I mean, you're going to see REGEN everywhere. I see myself in the future helping millions of people, not because, I think it's a great product. No, because it's going to help people and it's going to be in their hands. When it's in their hands, they're going to say, I avoided surgery. I avoided arthritis or a knee replacement. I'm able to go for my walk that I couldn't walk because of my sprained ankle. That's what my enjoyment comes in. This is where my pleasure is, helping people in not like a hand-to-hand, one-on-one, but spread myself out with this product. And I think that's what my gift is. My gift is helping people in some capacity, and this is where I'm at. So I'm enjoying this. And I also enjoy these conversations. These are fun talks, and it makes me feel like, like we're family now. So we're hanging out, talking about, talking to your friends and everything.
That's right. I mean, what now? You didn't told us jokes and made us laugh.
I mean, seriously.
Hey, that dog will bite you now.
That dog will bite you. That dog will bite you. Yes.
So, who is your target audience for REGEN?
Anybody with pain. You think about from, preventative, you're talking about sprains, repetitive injuries, arthritis, after surgery, you want to recover faster. Here's a great thing. Wait until you get to the point where it goes anti-aging, when it slows your aging process down. It's getting to that point because not only does it go localized, it goes to your whole systemic body. So there are signals that your body needs that not in the injured area, but on the other parts of your body. It's going to happen. And then REGEN is going to be something that's going to be like Bengay. It's going to be out there right now because it's a human tissue. It can't go directly to consumer. But once I switch over to the human tissue, from the human tissue to the plant-based, it's going to be on the counters, online. It's going to be everywhere. And I'm excited about that because nothing out there like that.
Yeah. Are you going to keep both products? Oh yeah,
we need to end this show so we can road trip. You're gonna have to take the first leg. Let me sleep a little bit, but we're gonna get down there.
Oh yeah. Come on now. I'll take you guys. Hey, when you come down here, we'll go fishing too. I'll get you on my boat.
I knew it. Yeah.
Hey, we have our
said out there hanging out in the Tampa woods. I was like, oh yeah, he's a fisherman.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, you'll get some fish. Or like, I mean, the neat thing about Tampa Bay, it's not really deep, so it gets skinny, like about maybe a foot and a half. But you'll pull out these big snook and redfish, like they're fun to fight. They'll like rip your line, and it's just exciting, you know.
Yeah, I'm a big fisherman.
Okay.
Growing up, I grew up in the Great Lakes. I grew up in Michigan, so I was
striper
around.
bass, huh?
Yes, right. Lake Erie, you know, Ontario, Lake Michigan. I fished them all, and I've had great times fishing. Great times. So I understand it.
Hey, you guys come down here. We'll throw some fish around. You're gonna see some. Hey, Florida man, we'll get you guys. Come on.
Hey, as long as you ain't in Miami, bro, we're good. I just can't do Miami no more.
No, Miami's too fast, man. That's a fast city. That's
man, it's too crowded, man.
Everything.
It's too many people down there.
So, Dr. Tommy, how can people find out more about REGEN, follow you to get more information and the whole works?
Yeah, you can go to my website. It's RHEEGEN.com, and you can learn about REGEN and hit the info button, and then you can ask me a question. You can just kind of Google my name. You can see me on Instagram or Facebook. I apologize. I'm not really big social media. I should be with my product, but because I'm a one-man shop right now, self-funding, you know, I'm applying patents, trademarks, developing all this stuff, still running a practice. And, you know, I only have so much time. Like after this, I've got to go back to work, and it's 8 o'clock. Well, 9 o'clock now. So, you know, you can find me, just Google me, and go on Amazon and my book called The Future of Regenerative Medicine. You can get that and try to understand that regenerative medicine is not just for just a doctor. It's for everybody. And learning about it will really tune you into the future.
Yeah. Well, we can't wait till you get your new products online. And we will hope to have you back on with that new product, you know, and maybe we can help get push that along for you.
Absolutely. And then maybe come down here. We can do the show live on a boat, you know.
Look at that. Man, this
love
guy.
to do it. Would love to do it.
I'm with it.
I sent the link to my wife, and she's like, "When we going down there?"
But you know, I'm gonna pull the Buccaneers flag hard on that boat. Okay, I gotta give her the shirt too. I'm gonna do the whole pack.
Well, you know what? I'm not against wearing a Warren Sapp jersey or.
It has to be the old creamsicle. Now, if it's the old creamsicle
I'll wear
jerseys,
the old creamsicle.
I will wear those. I will wear that. I love that.
But Mike Allstott too. I gotta rock his jersey. You know what I mean? So I'm with it.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you a story about the being the team doctor with the Bucs, you travel with them.
Yeah.
Now, one of the worst locker rooms, you know, probably like in 2015 was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because that stadium was new, but they never like updated their locker room. So the locker room was like the old, ugly kind of like, it looked like asbestos on the ceiling.
Oh, wow.
And it's small. It looked like it only can fit 40 people, but in preseason, you've got about 99 players on there, right?
Right.
They cram them in there. They throw lockers on top of lockers, and they're like, I mean, it's like what they call like what do you guys in the military goes heel toe, or what do you guys call it? No, what's the other thing? Don't say that, right? But that was like that in there, right? So in the back, where we do the medical stuff, I'm all the way in the back. I'm in the laundry. I'm in the stink, right? And then I have to work on these guys. So it's like you look up at the ceiling, there's things dangling down. And then, when people are in the stands, they start getting a little rowdy, it starts shaking. And here comes the stuff falling down. And then you're like brushing up. I think, it's a look, I know I'm going to come down with something here and some type of lung problem. But and then after we got I think it was when the 2016-17 national championship in Tampa, they did their locker room for that team. I think it was Alabama. I forgot what team it was. And then from there, that's how they got the new locker room. And the locker room you see now, it's beautiful and everything. But Tampa Bay
college football.
Yeah, because of NCAA. The final game.
Yeah.
And the worst stadium I've ever been to was remember the old Jack Murphy Stadium over there at San Diego? The Qualcomm Stadium.
Yeah, we seen it. Yeah.
Okay, that was it was so bad. Their lockers were like this old high school wood, and they had like 20 coats of paint. They just keep on painting over that thing. Oh, it's disgusting. So, but that locker room is even smaller than the Tampa Bay old locker room. So
wow.
Wow.
so I had to work on these guys, right? We're talking about from stretching to ART to chiropractic adjustment, everything. So there's no room. So they stuck me in the urinals right there with the urinal,
Oh,
the toilets.
wow.
So here's the thing. So these guys have a pregame kind of ritual. They all will either go, number one, number two, but some guys will take a shower and they want to turn all the hot water on to get that kind of like that loose feeling.
Yeah.
So now you got the steam going, right? You got the cook. So now you're in the sauna.
Oh.
You're working. There's a guy you don't going number one. There's a guy going number two over here making a mess, and then you're sitting there, and now you're like, "Am I?" It's like going to a steam room, and there's someone just doing. You know what? I can only look. I can't go too graphic on this.
Putting fumes in right into your area, right?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And then here I am thinking, like, look. I said, this is the NFL. Welcome to the NFL moment right there.
Right.
Getting that smell, the sound, the steam, the space. It's like, what? This is how the NFL is right here. Don't kid yourself on that sideline, that pretty stuff. Come back here in the locker room. You'll see what's going on.
You'll see what's really happening. Yeah. These guys are real humans.
Yeah, I've always said some of the nastiest people that you'll see in the world are athletes. Because I mean, you just figure, just from even just watching it on TV, a quarterback, he's got his hands on somebody's butt, he's grabbing the ball, and then what does he do? He licks his hands. Like, come on.
Hey,
we got
I've
one
never
last thing
ever thought of that until you just said it, Russ. You know that, right?
Even the prima donnas are horrible.
Now you know that because of what you said, Russ, there's going to be a big meme out there with this whole phrase about, quarterbacks are the dirtiest people in the world. You're going to see the snap, under the center snap, and then licking their fingers. Tell me, we need to win this game, guys. I said, man, you got to stop licking your hand, man.
And they want to high five everybody. Come on, man.
Oh man, you're talking about that fecal matter spreads fast, huh?
There he goes. There he goes. Coach, we're gonna have to sing you some of this up down there.
We got one last thing for you, Dr. Tommy. And it's called The Last Word.
And now, The Last Word.
So, if you could give every man listening one piece of advice about health and longevity, what would it be?
You have to listen to your body and don't think the word pain, no gain is referring to you. You have to listen to it. I mean, there's a point where you might think you're pushing through, to get better results, push through pain, but you may be doing worse damage. Listen to your body. Understand about recovery in the sense of resting. If you go for a workout or a run, give yourself a chance to recover from that so you can get back to being 100%. And it's just about that. Just listen to your body.
Awesome.
We all have a problem with doing that, but
yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. ManSpace Nation, once again, hey, we got to thank our guest, Dr. Tommy Rhee. This has been tremendous. I would really love to have you on the show again in the future.
Yeah, man.
I've really enjoyed this conversation. The website again, REGEN.com.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. All right, REGEN.com. Check it out. Make sure you stay informed. Check out the book on Amazon as well.
Yeah.
And ManSpace Nation, we'll be right back with a little bit more of the ManSpace Closeout. As we do each week, we like to close the show with just a little bit of inspiration. Guys, taking care of your health isn't something you do just when something feels wrong. It's something you do because you value your life, you value your future, and you value the people who care about you. self-health checks are a simple but powerful way to stay in control. They're not about fear, they're about awareness. When you take a few moments to check in with your body and your mind, you're choosing responsibility over neglect. You're not going to sit there and drive your car 10,000 miles without getting it checked up, without getting your oil changed, without getting your tires rotated. And if you do, you're not going to be driving that car very long. What you are saying is, I matter enough to pay attention. Small actions like noticing changes, monitoring how you feel, or staying consistent with routine checkups can make a life-changing difference. Don't wait for a warning sign to take action. Prevention is strength. Awareness is power. And early action cannot just save time and money, but your well-being as well. So make health checks a habit. Put yourself on your own priority list, because the healthier you are, the stronger you show up for your goals, for your dreams, and for the people who need you. Manspace Nation, your health is your foundation. Protect it, respect it, and never take it for granted. Until next time. Man, Manspace Nation, make sure you're getting your checkups, guys. Go to the doctor. Do not ignore your body.
Yes.
Do not ignore all the aches and pains. None of us are Superman. I can tell you. I feel it every day. I'm not that guy anymore. I'm not that guy, pal. But,
hey, life is better painless. Let's just say it like that.
Absolutely.
Life is better painless.
Hey, once again, we got to thank our guest, Dr. Tom.
Oh yeah,
that was a tremendous interview, man. And
I can't wait to get back with him again. You know, I had a great time with Doc.
Yeah,
he's all right.
And Manspace Nation, you know, you can always catch the latest episode of the Manspace podcast 2 days early before it airs out to the rest of the world on WTMSTV.com at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then on Thursdays, it is Throwback Thursdays on WTMS TV with back-to-back episodes of the Manspace podcast. Throwback Thursday, WTMSTV.com.
Yeah, if they ain't doing nothing, they better get up on it, man. Binge watch it.
Binge it. And, you know, and now what happens is that if you happen to fall asleep because it's a little bit too late, it's going to replay the next day as well, too. So you can get up the next morning. Get up the Friday morning.
Yeah.
Watch a little bit more of the Manspace, WTMSTV.com.
Yeah, just turn it on. Just listen to it. Cooking, cleaning, do whatever you want to do.
Do what you want to do. Check it out.
I promise you. It's a good time.
Good times. And speaking of good times, we're going to get up out of here. So on that note,
we out of here.
No gimmicks, just game that my sure in sight. They shine like the city on a Friday night. Man talk, real talk, that's the way that you bless. Giving knowledge and some laughs in the same finesse. From life goes to the jokes that hit. They the tag team champs, yeah, legit with the wit. So pull up a chair, let the stress digest. From the beat drops, you know the rest. You go chillin' with Russ and Less.